Myers Metal Detectors, located in sunny Tampa, Florida, where we sell nothing but fun and adventures, treasure hunting gear, and anything you can imagine for metal detecting. Give us a call, 813-237-1939. Happy hunting and dig deeper.
Live from sunny Florida, it's Treasure Talk.
Welcome, folks. Welcome to another exciting edition of Treasure Talk. How you doing, Jeff?
Yeah, I am good. I'm good.
Well,
I am real good.
Well, we know you're in the hot, sunny Florida too, aren't you?
I am indeed. I'm in Treasure Island.
Yes. And Phil got a haircut today, so he's looking real sporty underneath his Treasure Talk hat. And it looks like
trimmed the beard.
My hairstylist trimmed everything, so I'm looking stylish. And BeepQuest says Phil hasn't aged a bit since last week. I should look better.
That's true.
I put
the
screen buffer on to make me look good for sure.
Yeah, I did that too, and it didn't work.
Oh yeah, it did, Jack. We look marvelous. Anyway, tonight we were scheduled to do Scuba Wize, but doesn't appear that's going to work, does it?
No, I don't know what's happened to Mark. He might have got held up out on the Pandion. I don't know. But while you're doing all of our housekeeping.
Yeah, we can check in with them. Yeah, because if they're out there, they hit some rough weather or something, or they could have had something happen. If they're out there salvaging treasure, they could have just got into some real heavy treasure and just weighted them down. We can only hope.
Well, you never know what happened. Their boat could have had a problem, or the traffic. You might just be running late. You know, they might have been finding so much stuff they had to step.
Yes, for sure. So as always, today's show is brought to you by your friends here at Myers Metal Detectors, where we put all this cool stuff behind us and we sell fun and adventure. And of course, the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed here by the Treasure Talk guest or member belong solely to the guest or member and not necessarily to Phil Myers, Chelsea Myers, Myers Metal Detectors, or Jeff Monin. And of course, the purpose of Treasure Talk is to promote the hobby of metal detecting and treasure hunting in all forms, and to educate our members in a fun, informative manner. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So, as I was saying, I'm going to put up a picture here in a minute. We came down. I came down to hunt with all my friends. We're going to hunt on Siesta Key tomorrow. And then probably around here the next few days. But I came down to take my family fishing. And we did. And I will show you. Saturday we went out 40-some miles deep sea fishing. So this is the family. I had a couple that couldn't make it. My one son-in-law had problems and had to go in the hospital, so they weren't able to make it. But we went out with Pura Vida fishing charters out of Bay Pines Marina, just a top-notch outfit. As you can see by the fish sitting there, we did pretty good. And that big old red snapper right in the middle, which is probably about a 30-pounder. Susan, my wife, was the one that got that first fish of the day. So we had fun all around. The fish has been very tasty. And if you're looking for a good time fishing trip, you just get up with Captain Greg McFarland at Pura Vida Fishing Charters. He's right out of Bay Pines Marina, and they got a great boat, and he knows where the fish are, and they'll treat you right, and you can go out and really catch them up. So just have a real good time. Make sure you give Pura Vida Fishing Charters, Captain Greg McFarland, a call, and he'll take care of you 100% down the line. So that's kind of what we were doing.
And it looks like we got some pirate humor here. How much does a pirate pay for an earring? A buccaneer for sure.
That's right.
Buccaneer. Yeah,
that's right.
Hopefully our show won't
We will not let it degrade into that kind
Into
of thing. I
pirate
hope
jokes,
not.
yes. And I
Yeah.
know my buddy Tripp said that the pirates never buried their treasure. Well, I think they might have hid it from people, so that's where the burying the treasure comes from. But he says only one documented account of that ever happening. But it's probably like the Salvadors. Is that how you say it? Salvadors, the Spanish when they were getting the treasure that from those ships that sunk, they went out there and
The salvers.
salvers. That's what I should say, salvers. Some of those, if they got caught with any gold on them, they would kill them. So they may have hid some too.
Well, I'm sure they did.
Workers, yes, for sure.
And of course, I doubt.
Go ahead.
I doubt there was any Oak Island kind of crap down 120 feet. First of all, pirates were drunk on rum 99% of the time, and they couldn't dig a deep hole or a straight hole if they wanted to. And I guarantee you they wouldn't want to dig 125 feet deep.
No, you couldn't dig that deep here anyway. You dig more than 4 feet and you're 5 feet, it's caving in on you in the Florida sand. Maybe in other states. I watch a lot of YouTube videos where they're bottle digging and they're down like 20 feet. You just could not do that here in Florida because it would just cave in on you for sure.
Well, why don't we do this? Mark might join yet. If he does, we'll be good. But this is what we had before. This is a little thing on Scuba Wize. So if you are looking for something to take your family on, or just you and your buddies, or for the ladies, you and your girlfriends, if you want to go out on a wreck and dive it, you can't salvage anything, but you can dive a wreck in the Keys or place else. You can call Mark Littleton at Scuba Wize, and he used to be with Captain Fizz before Fizz passed on, and he and Brad Williamson are continuing it on with the salvage boat Pandion. So here's just a little something about Scuba Wize for those that don't know anything about it. So let's watch this.
Ahoy, me hearties! Red here. Ruby red. What do thee desire most? Adventure? Upon the waters and below them? But of course, I have an adventure for thee. 'Tis called Scuba Wize in Isla Mirada, down in the Florida Keys. It is a sunken treasure workshop, but of course, the only one in the entire world that exists. And you can go searching for treasure with Captain Bradley Williamson, and of course, Mark Littleton, dive master, will take you out upon the seas for a once-in-a-lifetime experience you will never forget. Yes, indeed. Bring your family, bring your good mates and children and all, and experience the Spanish galleons of 1733. They will educate you and teach you how to find sunken treasure galore, such as these pieces of 8. Indeed, it is quite an adventure, and they hold the keys to your next adventure of a lifetime. Indeed they do. I say, 'tis much better than walking the plank.
The experience of a lifetime awaits you as you now have the opportunity to spend the day with real successful treasure hunters in the Florida Keys, learning how to find sunken treasure on the 1733 fleet. Captain Bradley Williamson and Dive Master Mark Littleton, who have over 60 years of combined experience, will teach you how to find and recover lost sunken treasure. and you will scuba dive or snorkel on 2 wreck sites of the 1733 Spanish Galleon. Now, we have a special treat for you in memory of Captain Carl Fisler. Here is his rendition of the Spanish Main.
With fame, a distant memory, treasure filled their minds. Fortunes occupied their thoughts, the rest they left behind. The treasures of the New World lay on those distant shores, but pirates, reefs, and hurricanes also lay in store. Out on the Main, out on the Spanish Main, down the coast of Africa, the fleet watched for the trades. The winds that blew them to the west, where New World treasures lay. Those same trade winds that pushed them there, Columbus used first. The wind became both friend and foe, a blessing and a curse.
There we are.
All right.
That was interesting. So if you want a good time, and if you ever wanted to dive or snorkel on Spanish wreck, hit up Mark Littleton at Scuba Wize, and he'll make it happen.
Absolutely. Good friend of the show. And of course, you heard Captain Fizz's voice there. That was kind of, that was tough, you know, because I had heard Captain Fizz for years here at the Tampa Club, and he had been in the shop and, of course, been on the show many times. So we sure miss him, don't we?
We certainly do. And, you know, every time I hear his name, I always kind of send up a little silent bit for him. So that's good. So what do you got on special?
Okay, special to shop. Let's see. We've got the, of course, the Manicore is still on special. That one has been a top seller. But we also have the Equinox 700 is $679. We have that on special here in the store. And, of course, we can ship that out. That's no problem. And we have the 800 or 900. I don't sell the 6 or the 800. I still see MindLab puts ads out on the 800, you know, really good deals. But I feel like, why would you buy that 800 when you have the newer technology of the 900? And so I don't even stock that one. Plus, it's more waterproof, because I know they had some troubles with the coil ears on the 800 and on waterproof. And the arm cuff, those 3 issues were fixed on the 900. And of course, they're fixed on the 700 and also the Manicore. So you don't have those issues. So the 900 is $898. That's a steal on that one. And what else do we have? On the MindLab side, we have the Xterra Elite Expedition Pack and the Xterra Elite. And for us saltwater hunters, you know, those would be the entry-level MindLab, because they are running that same program like the Equinox, the multi-frequency beach program. Which one for diving? Diving is a little tough right now. Who was asking which one for diving? Oh, Treasure
Maze is asking.
Okay.
And that depends. That really depends, Phil, on how deep you're going to dive.
How deep you're going to dive, right? If you're in shallow water, you could use your Manticore, your Equinox, or your Legend. But if you're wanting to go, I think the Deus.
If you're going deeper, 16 feet, then you'll take the Deus 2 or the Excalibur.
Yeah, the 2 detectors now are Deus 2 and Excalibur. And I know we have Fisher coming on. Is Russ coming on with the guy from
Russ came Russ can't here, but Joe Beechnut is going to be here next week.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about Fisher has finally released the Impulse AQ.
Yeah. So,
And so we're going to be talking about that.
yeah, I don't know if that's a dive unit. Is it a dive unit?
I don't know. I don't really, I don't think you can go real deep with it.
Okay. So your choice
I think, yeah.
Yeah, your choice is Deus 2 or the Excalibur 2. Those are your dive units right now. You know, Garrett used to have the Sea Hunter Mark II, and that was a pretty inexpensive way to get into it. And I know some of the guys on the 1715 fleet, because they'll call me every once in a while for headphones or a new detector, and they were using the Sea Hunter Mark II because it's just a basic pulse. And they're not going to be able to use them much longer because I think most of those are gone. They're not making them anymore.
And
So-
I don't think Garrett's even making anything for them or any accessories. So
Right. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what happens with the Naka, if theirs is going to be, you know, just a standard 16 feet waterproof, or if it's going to be, because they're coming out with a pulse.
yeah, we're going to be talking about that in August on the show. So that would be, I was going to bring that up. It you know, they may have where you can dive with it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, just the Naka pulse. It's we don't know any of the particulars on that, but to me, a pulse. The good thing about it is you don't have to worry about salt water. Salt water is no issue for it, and they go extremely deep. However, the discrimination, and of course Nakas might be different, is very minimal.
Well, if you're diving with it, it's going to be, you're hunting for different things. And with a pulse induction machine, you're going to dig everything, which is what you want, because if you find a bunch of metal in an area, that means there was human activity. There's some kind of a wreck or something like that. That's where you'll find your treasure.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, you know, hunting the dry sand of the beach or even wading with a pulse induction machine. You know, you get out there where you're going to dive a little deeper, you're not going to have the pull tabs and that kind of stuff that you got to deal with. So, and I think what Dirty Paws was talking about was the knock the pulse dive.
Yes.
You can go a little ways on that, but it's not going to be, you know, for really diving.
Yeah, no,
I
I think that Naka pulse dive, you can go 100 feet, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is, you could dive with that one, the little handheld, and you can get, now they make an 8-inch coil for it. So
Yeah,
if you're
well, that'd be
diving on the
perfect.
bottom, that one would work too. Yes, it would.
Yeah,
I
it
forgot
would work good.
that one slipped my mind completely. And that
You've
one,
got those in stock.
yes, I do. I've got them over on the wall, and actually, I think they're $219.95 now. That one on the wall, if somebody wants one, is $185.95. They had a price increase, and I still have some from the last order that I got before the price went up. So if you're wanting that, grab that quick. And Dirty Paul's Detecting says, I've been 70 feet with it. Well, that's cool for sure.
Okay,
So-
what did you find?
Yeah, did you find some doubloons? What did you find down there at 70 feet? And I know Sid and KT said that when they were out there hunting, they're always finding all kinds of junk.
Yeah.
You know, but you're going to find that because it was aluminum junk, cans, and all kinds of stuff. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. People are going to dump their trash. That's for sure.
yeah,
It's unfortunate, but they do.
it's, you know, it's unfortunate, but that's our hobby. We dig up a bunch of trash at times, and it's funny because one of the events here at the shop we had, Jocelyn says, well, it's going to take you a long time to clean up after your event. And I said, no, it's not. Our hobby is the cleanest hobby there is. Nobody throws anything on the ground. You know, it was spotless. You know, we had a bunch of people here, and nobody throws any trash on the ground. If I see a detector throw trash on the ground, believe me, I'm going to be saying something. They're
Yeah,
not-
most of them, they don't.
They don't.
Most
It
of them
doesn't
don't.
happen. We pick it up, we put it in our pouch, and we take it to the trash can. That's just our job. It's like if you've done it a million times, it's just habit. And you'll even pick up other people's trash, other people's beer cans and soda cans and whatnot. So, and yeah, I'm reading some of the comments on it here, and I'd like to find some doubloons. Yeah, I would like some Ada Scudos myself. Like Mark wears, what is it? His is a Forest Scudo, isn't it? The one he wears?
I think so.
Yeah, that was a heck of a beach find to find one of those. And I guess, Jeff, if our guests aren't coming on, let's just talk about a topic. Let's talk about discrimination. Because I know we could talk about that for hours, but you're using the Deus too.
Mm-hmm.
And on beach hunting, what do you discriminate?
Well, I set my discrimination. Usually, it's at about 8, and it's different with the days too. Because you can set your saltwater settings, and that I can get that machine just right down to the night where it's running very smooth. And if there's a target, you'll hear it. You don't hear a bunch of chatter. So it's very customizable. And I don't have to really, I can still run my sensitivity with that about 95 in the water.
Yeah. When I was using my Deus 2, I ran mine at 95. Now, the only thing you discriminate out for your beach hunting, don't you dig everything that's not iron?
Yep, we do. We do.
That's basically what I do with either my Deus 2 or my. I've got 3 detectors. I use the Manticore, and I'm going to get rid of my Equinox 600 after years of using that. It's going to go on eBay probably this week, and then I still have my Tersace. Now that's a different one. And then I saw on a forum, someone showed me a forum on Saturday that Tersace is going to come out with a new detector. And I don't know that for a fact because I haven't spoke to Demeter about it, but I am going to ask him about that. And for you folks who don't know what a Tersace is, it is the one that I have is the MDT 8000. It's a mixed mode technology. So I always felt like it was a pulse detector with discrimination, but I'm sure Demeter's probably doesn't say that, but it feels like it to me. But I try to run with zero discrimination on the beach hunting. I'll dig everything as long as it's not ferrous metal. I just don't want to dig any iron, which would be your fish hooks, your bobby pins, your crab wire, rusty bottle caps, and the rusty caps. Sometimes I get fooled by those. The ones that have the aluminum foil wrapped around them, they always get me. But,
they get everybody.
And looks
they
like
get everybody. In some.
Oh, Ricky T is telling me no. It's an Ada Scudo that
Mark has.
Has. Yes. It is a big point. It is a big.
And and Rick knows that because he eyeballs it, and he is envious of it.
Yes, I'm envious of it too. So I don't blame him for that. And when we had the digging report, we didn't talk about Sean. He had gotten a Dos Peso gold coin.
Mm-hmm.
Did we talk about that? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it came up.
Yeah,
but he found it was already in the bezel.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool find, and you're using very little discrimination to find that too, I'm sure. And Ricky T, I've worn it. Yes, he did. He did say he put it on. He put that.
That shows you what guy Mark Littleton is. He even took it off and let Rick put it on. And so what Rick did is he made sure he unbuttoned his shirt way down to get his chest hairs out. So he'd look like a Miamian.
Yeah, so he could take a good picture of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So if you guys have some questions on detectors or or discrimination, which is kind of our topic tonight, just holler, put them in the chat. Either Jeff or Jocelyn will get them on the screen, and we'll chat about that for a little bit. But I know here at
It's
the
going to be
shop.
interesting.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Tomorrow, I'm going to use the HF coil for the dais.
The high frequency. So
Yeah,
you
HF coil for the dais too. Yeah.
right, and hopefully you'll find some real small gold or a small
Wow.
gold chain. That
Hope
would
so.
be ideal, so we can see how that works.
Yeah, it's Mumbles Man has had it for a few weeks, and he had to send it back in for service because it quit taking a charge. But they thought it's probably the battery, I think. So I don't know when he's going to be getting it back. Maybe he has it back now or have it back this week. But his estimation of it is it's very, very sensitive on the small gold and chains, as we saw when Merrill was here on that one chain. So
yes, that was pretty interesting. I just wonder how it performs if we had that same chain over salt water, just what effect the salt would have on it. And I wanted to comment on this one from James Havovic, because that detector, the Xterra Pro or the Xterra Elite Expedition or the just standard Elite that just has the one coil, that is, for an entry-level machine, that is just I shouldn't say entry-level because it's really not entry-level. It's like a mid-level. It's $5.99. That one is waterproof, of course. It doesn't have carbon fiber shaft. It's got the aluminum upper, but it is multi-frequency, and it runs this very similar program as the Equinox series has for the multi-frequency in the beach mode. And it just looks and feels just like an Equinox. And James has said, I've had great success with that machine. And I have a lot of customers who have bought those, and they've done very well with it. It looks like Derek Sherwin says found a small gold chain with the 9-inch yesterday.
Yeah, and his dais too.
On his dais too. Was that the 9-inch coil or the high frequency coil, Derek? And where's Derek at?
He's in the UK.
He's in the UK. I wonder if they're getting more of the high frequency coils over there.
They might be. I don't know for sure. I haven't heard anything, but I don't know if Derek's got the new HF Days 2 coil. I think he was just using his regular 9-inch.
9-inch coil. And
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I see Beep Quest says I like my Pro Elite, and that Pro, like I said, the Pro Elite, that's been an excellent detector for folks, who want to back up, or folks. And I always say, if I go to the beach, I'm carrying 2 detectors, because if my battery's dead in one or something happens in one, and I know you do the same too, don't you, Jeff? You have 2.
Yeah, I got
because you make the trip to the beach, you want to have backups of everything. Not that I want to sell you 2 detectors, I want to sell you 10 detectors, but to be honest, I want to sell you 10, but I always have a backup scoop, backup pouch, backup everything, because
you got to have it. You got to have that, because if you're going to be hunting in the water, all right, let's just talk. I'm talking days too. Okay, you've got the waterproof antenna. Now, the things break. I mean, you could have a fish come by and rip that antenna right off, or there could be all kinds of things that happen with that antenna. After a while, it just wears through. So if you don't have extras, you're messed up. So that's why I always have 2 detectors. I'll have 2 detectors tomorrow with me. They're going to both be Days 2s, but one of them I have the 11-inch coil, and one will have the HF elliptical coil. But they'll both have spares and ready to go. So you got to have 2 of everything.
Yeah, because you could step in a hole or something, or trip and fall in the detector, break something. You got your backup with you. It's no trouble. You just go back to your car, and our Bequest says, or a whale could swallow it. Yeah, or one of those big sharks could come around too. We have those from time to time in the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, I should say.
It is Gulf of America.
Yeah, I gotta remember that. Um, I'm reading some of the feed, and one comment went too quick, and darn it. Rick T, you
Well,
also
Rick,
need an extra loan to a friend that brought one. There you go.
that only brought one. So
Yes, you need to have that backup. But I have backup scoops, backup everything. So if my day gets caught short from equipment, I'm going to have a real problem. But I always say take a backup, everything you got, backup headphones, backup detector, just so your day doesn't get ruined. Because you know what would happen. You get on a hot spot where you get digging some greenies or some fishing weights and some gold. And then if your equipment fails, you just never know what you left behind, what you missed.
that is true. That is true. So, for instance, here's a for instance, so you never know. Fred Banky's coming over. He's over here now. He came across the state. He's going to hunt with it tomorrow. Fred texts me. He says, "Oh, well, I was in such a rush. I forgot my charging cord for his Manicore." So I said, "Call Phil." And so he stopped by the shop. Phil met him at the shop, got him a new charging cord for his Manicore, which he will leave in his truck, so he'll always have one. And he got a Gulf of America treasure hunter hat too. So we'll be styling and profiling and tomorrow in the water.
Yeah, that's that one right there. So yeah, Fred called me, and I forgot I was even doing the show here at the shop. I said, "Well, you can come by my house. I've got a charge cable here." Then I remember, oh no, it's Monday. We'll be at the shop. So I said, just meet me there. And he just came in a little bit before the show started and picked up his charge cable. So that worked out real nice for him. But yeah, you got to have backups, everything. And I told Fred, I said, "Now, Fred, you take your truck everywhere where you go, and just leave your spare charge cable in your glove box, so you'll always have it." So Fred is the Terminator here on the East Coast.
Well, we gave him that name over here.
Yeah, it's on the West Coast.
Because as soon as he came over here the last time, because he hadn't been hunting in the water, we got him in the water, and we said, "How do you like it, Fred?" And he started grinning, and he says, "I'll be back." So he is the Terminator. That's his metal detecting name.
There you go. And I'm reading Teeden Lynch, his a comment on the thread. "My triple score acted up a couple weeks ago, switched to my legend, so he must have had his legend as a backup and got 2 gold pieces. And it looks like the triple score just needed a factory reset." And I think sometimes they just need that. They just get overwhelmed. You know, you're changing all the settings, everything. Every once in a while, you need to do a factory reset.
Yep.
Now, on your Deus 2, do you ground balance it, or you just run the do the
no, I ground balance it.
Okay.
Grab it, and then I still noise cancel.
Yeah,
because in the water, it depends on the current and the wave action. So I always do a ground grab, especially with this high frequency coral. I'm going to be running between 59 and 89 kilohertz. So I'm going to need to do a ground grab, you know, to quiet it down, and then a noise cancel. And you can't, you know, a lot of people say, "Well, I only do it one time." I'm telling you, if we're out there for 6 or 7 hours like we normally are, we will probably, I know Mullen does it as well, because we're both hunting with Deus too. Sometimes we'll noise cancel 10, 15 times during that hunt. So you get different terrain, different bottom, different levels of, see, people don't realize, you know, on a beach, if we're going 600 yards either way, the salinity can change up and down the beach. Depends on the contour of the bottom. So always, and it takes about 2 seconds to do a noise cancel. And I know you can do them on the Nocta product. You can do it on the MindLab product. And you can also ground balance it. So it doesn't take long to do a ground balance with those machines either. And it just pays off dividends, I think.
It does for sure. And I'm reading some of the comments on the screen, and this one is from BeepQuest, and he said, last week I drove 100 miles to detect only to realize I left my Manicore at home. Thankfully, my Elite was in the car and I didn't miss a beat. That's kind of tough to leave your Manicore home, but you had the Elite and it does an awesome job. But he didn't find any doubloons. Well, I haven't found any doubloons either. So, and then
I haven't found any doubloons.
Yeah, and there's Fred Banks saying thank you, Phil. So it's always good to see Fred for sure. And now he can hunt with you guys, and you guys are going a little south of us, aren't you, Jeff?
Yeah, we are. We're going probably, 40 miles south, down that way, and then we'll be up here on the Treasure Island beaches for a couple of days.
Yeah,
and then so we try to get all over,
right? Because you know it'll probably be a different hunt down that way. So hopefully you'll find some gold down there too.
Well, let's hope we do. Let's hope we find something good. We should. We'll see.
And
so let's talk scoops.
Okay.
We're talking beach hunting right now. We'll talk scoops, and then in just a few, we'll talk all the dirt diggers out there, and there are legions of them that are fans of the show. We're not just a beach hunting show, but we have everything for dirt digging too, and we'll talk shovels.
Yeah, we can do that. Sure.
Pinpoint.
Yeah, we should talk
stuff like that. So
we could talk for hours on all types of equipment for sure. But the scoops, let me see. I got to get it. I'm going to have to jump up and grab a couple. So let me do that.
Okay. And Charles Wilson, if you do want a hat, let me put this up here. This is what you do. Let's see. There is Phil's number. Okay. And we'll put this up there. This is what you do. You call Phil. They're like $29.95, but they're a great hat. So it's 813-237-1939. And always remember, if Phil don't have it in stock, you don't need it. But he has the hats in stock. And if you buy a hat, I promise you, he will give you the ultra coveted yellow Myers towel. So that is how you go about and getting the Gulf of America hat.
All righty. Well, I just grabbed a few scoops here, and I'm going to show you. This one here is a basic aluminum scoop, and this is probably the most economical one. It's a 5-inch basket. You're digging with your foot like a shovel, and that one is $129. Now, this is the cat's meow here. This is what you have, isn't it, Jeff?
Is that the Pro Sifter Titanium?
Pro Sifter Titanium.
That is indeed. And we also have from Dirty Paws. What's that say?
In my opinion, Pro Sifter Titanium is the best. That is the lightest. I mean, this thing is, what do we put it on the scales? Like 2.5 pounds with the pull handle or something?
Maybe.
And we got the heavy duty
Myers Pro handle
on that. Now we had this one on sale, and we still got it for the end of July. It's $400, and just what you see here, or the travel. You could have the travel at $400 also.
And so that is the best scoop you could ever get.
That is
the Myers. Yep, the Treasure Talk Pro Titanium.
Yes, and it looks like Bobby Kulik said he loads the Manicore, and Bobby's got a few detectors. So this one is just a smaller, and I saw a lot of these to ladies who want something smaller. It's not as light because it's stainless, but it's a 6x9 scoop. I don't know why they like this better than the titanium, but it's got air handle on it, and it's made out of stainless. It's a little heavier than that titanium scoop, and that's like $219 for that one. But they kind of like
probably
that.
Why they like it.
Yes, it's cheaper, and but you're digging with your foot like a shovel, and that's why I always tell people, they're always asking about the pinpointers. Jeff, you don't use a pinpointer at the beach, do you?
No.
I don't want to get on my hands.
See, when I'm at the beach, Phil, I'm not going to be hunting dry sand. I can't do that. It's just not in me. I'll hunt some of the wet sand, but I'm not going to get down there with a pinpointer. That's what you got a scoop for. That's what you got the detector for. If you found the target, scoop it, dump it, kick it with your foot. You don't got to get down there with a pinpointer. Pinpointers are for dirt hunting.
Yes,
in my opinion.
Absolutely. I never use a pinpointer, and I watch some YouTubes, and I watch people on YouTube take the scoop it out, get it in scoop, then dump it on the ground, then get on your hands and knees and use a pinpointer. And I'm just too old for that stuff. I don't want to be doing all those squats up and down. I just leave it in the scoop with the jewelry catcher. There's no way you're going to miss it. I mean, you could theoretically, like that. Sometimes you'll hear me cussing on the beach to myself for those little rivet heads, the little rivet heads. Oh, they drive me crazy. They must be on some kind of lawn furniture or something that make it onto the beach, because it sounds just like a gold earring, and it reads right in the gold range. So it drives me crazy. But no, I never used a pinpoint on the beach. Now, if I'm digging in the dirt and that coin is black and the dirt's black and you got sweat in your eyes, I mean, you get right on it with a pinpointer. So there's just...
Well, it takes too much time. You find the target, you scoop it, you dump it. Then they set their detector down, set the scoop down, get the pinpointer out, get on their hands and knees and start doing this stuff,
Yeah.
Takes too much time.
Maybe it's just good video that they do that. I don't know.
Well, in my opinion, it's not good video, but that's just me.
And then I see a comment there, Phil, if you love me, you send me a pro sifter for Christmas. Sounds like
he will if you send him your credit card number. Hey, Beat Quest, you got to show the love too, buddy.
It sounds like he's one of my kids or something.
Yeah.
Goodness. And let's see what else was on there. Oh, we're going to do a drawing. That's right. We're going to do a swag pack.
That's right.
So we can do that. So be sure they enter that. And then I'm reading.
Put it just like I have it.
Yeah, just
hashtag Gulf of America.
Yeah, I think you can. Well, if you're on a computer, you could probably copy it real easy. But if I'm on a phone, I have a hard time doing anything.
Some of them are just really good on the phone. I can't see it well enough. So
yeah, my hands are too big to do that on the phone. So, but yeah, it looks like it. And then I just went by so fast. Somebody said, "I'm up for adoption."
Yeah, well, I'm sure they are. But the thing of it is, they don't realize, what comes with the adoption. It's grass cutting, window washing.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff, painting, scraping.
Yes, especially when your house is 100 years old. There's 100 years worth of problems to fix. So, yes, for sure.
They you may not want to be adopted. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Because generally it's like a redheaded stepchild with freckles and a hump.
I don't remember our kids cutting grass.
Yeah, our kids didn't cut the grass. They wouldn't do that. So I was worried about them too much to let them cut the grass. Jeff. It just
So
they were good
yeah.
kids.
Paul Casper, or no, who was it? Charles Charbonneau. It's not Golf of America, it's Gulf. So you wouldn't get it because it's not Golf of America. But
Yeah.
Let's talk pinpointers, because I know next week when Joe Beechnut's going to be here, we're going to talk about the Fisher Impulse AQ. Fisher wants to give away an F-Pulse pinpointer.
Yeah.
And you've got the stuck, and they're a very good pinpointer.
Yeah, I've got looks like I've got a couple of them. I don't sell a whole lot of them. I don't know why. That's probably more of Fisher than me. But they are pulse, so they're not affected. Some of the pinpointers, you have to turn the sensitivity down on them. When you're in salt water, you have just to deal with them a little bit differently. But I don't have any trouble with that. But the F-Pulse, that is a good pinpointer. So he'll be, I'm sure, talking about that with his F-Pulse detector. I'm interested to see how Beechnut is doing with that particular detector.
Well, he sent me a bunch of pictures and a couple of videos, so he's been doing very well.
Oh, well, good. And I know he hunts a lot in the Chesapeake Bay. Yeah, I think he goes to old beaches. You know, the beach was probably there, 50, 100 years ago, because he's in an older area and they're not as popular. And he just goes and hunts those and finds the old gold. So that's going to be a very interesting show on how he's doing that. So, and of course, up there, as we have MARC on talking about it, the water's colder up there than it is down here.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
And Dirty Paul's detecting is talk about the Mind Lab pinpointers. Yes, Mind Lab has the Profind 40 now. The 35 and 40, both of those have, what do they call that? Ferrous, non-ferrous sounding.
Yep.
So, though that's a cool feature. So if you have multiple targets in your hole, you can get the ferrous target, or the non-ferrous, I should say. That's what we want. The ferrous would be your iron.
Mm-hmm.
And
we don't want that.
We don't want the iron, do we?
Well, unless you're digging in an area you're searching for relics, and a lot of the relics are iron. So it all depends on the type of hunting that you're doing.
Right. And I believe the Profind 40, I'm going off the top of my head, is I think 149, and then
I think so.
And the 35 is 99, which is just like last year's model car. I mean, it's still an excellent pinpointer.
Yeah.
But they're both great. But Garrett always owned the market on pinpointers, but that's changed.
It's 100% changed.
Yes, it has changed. They always had the Garrett, the Carrot, which I still have a couple of them up there. They're still popular. That's one of the things that people still buy of Garrett's. And I have the new Vortex behind me. But, for us here in the shop, the Vortex are kind of a slow sell compared to the Mind Lab products or the Naka products.
Yeah.
They kind of own the market right now on those detectors. We'll see what happens in the fall, maybe as the dirt hunters want that multi-frequency and they want American-made detector, they might jump on that. But I guess, are we going to do a drawing, Jeff?
Yeah, but first, let's talk a couple minutes. Well, I'm going to do the drawing. When we do the drawing, we want to talk about pouches. And the Myers pouch is killer.
Yeah, I'm going to have to jump up and grab them because it's easier for me. So let me do that.
And that new thing with for the detector strap.
Yes.
Okay, so Are we ready? We are. Here we go. Run around and around we go. And Derek, you won last week. So it's been mailed out to you. So let's do it again.
Oh,
I called an audible.
okay, that's fine.
Digging Earth. That's
Digging-
a new one.
Good.
Digging Earth. I don't know where you are. I don't know. You got a cool logo. Digging Earth. You are the winner of the swag pack. So what you need to do is you need to send your name, address, t-shirt size, and phone number to treasuretalkshow@gmail.com. That's what you do. Name, address, phone number, t-shirt size, treasuretalkshow@gmail.com. And then we'll get your, probably will go out Saturday with Big Poppy's in the shop.
He's here.
And you never know what he's going to, he may put a Zazich. Who knows? And there could be all kinds of good stuff in it. But I'm down here at the beach, so I don't have my towel. Show him the towel, Phil. I got to get up again.
No, I'm not jumping up again, Jeff. I've jumped up too much. But
Okay.
but you know, I think Digging Earth, that was the winner. I think.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel you guys should check out. And then so does and if whoever's on the live stream tonight has a YouTube channel, put your YouTube channel in the stream there so everybody can see it and invite people to check them out for sure. So I think Digging Earth and Beep Quest, if you're check out their channels because they're pretty cool. And let's talk about some pouches. This one is the Gray Ghost Ultimate Pouch. That's a cool one. I think this, and I do have customers who use this one on the beach also and in the water, but I think this is more of a land pouch myself because I do have that.
Yeah.
And I use that in the land. And then, Luis Villarreal says, I have one of those cool coveted towels. I can't just, can you throw me one from over there? It's right over there. I just am tired of jumping up. I jumped up like, 4 times, Jeff? And this is my favorite pouch here. But
mine too.
My dad truck is keeping track
of how many times I jumped up. That's why I don't like using the pinpointer at the beach. I don't want to be jumping up and down. There we go. Good shot.
Yeah. I wish it was a jar.
There's the coveted towel right there.
Right
and that's
there.
got the clipped right on your belt. That way you can clean your hands or clean your find, either one.
Yep.
And
you have that new special thing there handy from
yes, I do.
Carter?
From Carter, yes. This has been a popular little, I got one already open. Popular little item here. Now, did you get a chance to use yours yet, Jeff?
Not yet, but I'm going to.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this pops onto the detector shaft, and it just sits on there like it's on my finger here, the shaft, and then this snaps on and goes onto your belt, and it keeps your detector. It's a hip hanger is what it's called. Cool little product. I didn't think I'd get excited over something that's, $9.95, but it's very cool. Cool item, and it works great. Carter was shown on his video for dirt digging. However, for us guys in the beach, it works great too and works in the water too. Yeah. And Angie says, I have my coveted towel framed on the wall. Yes. Nice. And I think she's got 2 more of them on the way to her.
Yep.
And then what was I doing? Oh, I was talking about pouches. Yes. Now this right here, this dates me. This is what I used when I started detecting years ago. I had these printed up, and I had before I came out with this water pouch. I use one of these nail aprons is what that is. And if the water was rough, Jeff, I'd put some sand in the pockets to keep it close to me. But now we have the nice pouches just made for water hunting. But these, I just did basically the same thing. Trash on one side, good stuff on the other. So we've come a long way in 40 years.
Well, the good thing about the Myers pouch is it's got the mesh bottom that lets all the sand and crap out.
Yes, it drains.
Lets it wash out.
Washes right out. That's the same thing with the Detector Pro Ultimate pouch, the Gray Ghost one. It's got mesh in the bottom, so when you're relic hunting, I use mine for changing oil. No, don't do that.
He said he's just kidding.
He's just kidding. He's just tormenting me. All righty. So yeah, that pouch, the mesh in the bottom of it, they drain perfect for either for relic or for water hunting for sure.
Mm-hmm. And the problem with the Gray Ghost pouch in the water is it doesn't close very well.
Yes.
I mean, you can close it, but it doesn't close very well, and good finds tend to float out. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And you know where I use that I still use the nail pouch if I do a competition hunt. I'll use that sometimes because it's just, you can be real fast with it. And now I have when I talk competition hunts, I'm talking on the beach. You can use I use the basket on my side, and Myers water pouch is all I use. That's Tim Naylor. Yes. Thank you, Tim, for sure. And hopefully you'll fill it with gold too. With your taste.
Well, we're going to do our best.
Yes, for sure. And it looks like, Jeff, it looks like our hour just roared by.
Yep, it's we got 2 minutes.
Yes, it roared by. So if you guys have any questions on detectors or anything, I'm in here tomorrow for sure. And we have specials on everything. And if you want one of the Gulf America hats, they're available. I just have a small quantity of those left. And they're going very quick, I must say.
You better order some more.
Yes. Yes. Phil, I'm going to be coming to Tampa this fall to detect. Any recommendations on places I need to hit? Well, the beaches I'd say from Clearwater all the way down to Sarasota are good, because we have so much tourist traffic here. So that's why I said the beaches are the best. The beaches are where you find stuff that's really valuable. Relic and coin hunting, you could find some silver coins or whatnot, but the beaches are where the money's at.
Yeah, as far as relic hunting and stuff like that, you're going to have to hunt up and find permissions for that.
Yes, you got to knock on doors, find permissions, research. Sometimes that's too much work, and everybody likes to hunt the beaches for sure. And it looks like our hour is done, Jeff.
Yep.
Boy, that went fast.
It is. Yeah, I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you better get to sleep.
Pretty soon. Soon.
I want to say thank you to everyone who was on here, and we'll have to reschedule Scuba Wize, but we'll do that for sure. And I want to thank all the many members here. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jocelyn. And happy hunting and dig deeper. Call me tomorrow if you need some gear.
That's right. And it was unfortunate that Mark, he probably got tied up. I'm sure that he will be calling me, but we'll get him rescheduled. And next week, we're going to have Joe Beach. We're going to be going over the Fisher Impulse AQ, which is a brand new detector. Well, it's been being released for the last 2-3 years, and they finally got it perfected, got it out. Joe Beechnut's going to be talking about it. We'll be giving away a Fisher F-Pulse pinpointer. So that'll be a really interesting show. And then after that, it's time once more for the Treasure Talk Worldwide Digging Report, which will be given all of our reporters will be given their reports from their various areas. So, and it's hard to believe that we're coming into the fall season here pretty soon. So, and we've been for 6.5 years now. So we're starting to get a little long in the tooth.
Yes, we are.
So I want to thank everybody for watching. And remember, if Phil don't have it in stock, you don't need it. And may all your finds be 14 karat or better. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next week.
See you guys.